sent us videos of nuclear explosions showing our cities blowing up. I think we do something about it. Why aren't we doing anything with this guy?
Well, because he has no capability of doing any of these things.
Today,
In his Middle Ages kind of thinking, he is very primitive in his thinking. It's what keeps him in power by keeping his own citizens cowed that he's the only one that can save them, and they look to him in hero worship in that regard.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's just smoke and mirrors, and we're not taking it serious because, to be honest with you, I don't think China will ever let him get out of control. Ever.
Are we banking on that?
We don't have to bank on it. The corporate regime that controls most of the world right now is a Western corporate for-profit regime that China is in lockstep with. They do not have a problem with it. Their corporatism as state-owned enterprises is in perfect alignment of our corporatism here in the West.
So they let him play with his little missiles and let him do his thing.
Yeah, because it's also effective as keeping America and Americans, the people, paying attention to him, the North Korean, as opposed to what's happening in the Pacific Ocean, in the islands, in the sea, Japan. That entire contested region with China is building up an enormous naval force to defend. And that's the one thing that bothers me of all. That nothing bothers me going on. I know what our regime is. I know what the corporatism has in mind for our future. I know Trump can't fix it. Hillary won't fix it. And Bernie Sanders will not make the election. But I do know this. China and Russia and India, South Africa, BRICS, Australia, maybe even Germany, are taking all of this very seriously. They are expecting a conventional war confrontation with the corporate regime that I'm describing, not with America per se. It's not with you and I. There's no hatred towards the American people being discussed here. This is strictly at Russia, China, and other countries that have joined them in the BRICS nations. Those 11 nations, they're getting sick of being pushed around by this corporate regime that runs the Western empire that does not represent America.
Unfortunately, we're going to get pulled in on it.
Yeah, because we're the ones that will get drafted and sent to war.
That's right.
That's the problem. But the American people will be lied to, and they will be told that this is something, China and Russia against us as America. It isn't. Syria was a line in the sand. The Ukraine was a line in the sand against the corporate Western hegemony of the World Trade Organization, the World Bank, the IMF, Bank for International Settlements, NATO, and the Pentagon acting as a spear point of that corporate regime. It's about that. Not us, not America. It's about that. And if we don't grow up, and if we don't fix it ourselves as citizens, if we don't make Congress fix that, no president has that capability.
Don't you think it would have been easier for Assad to simply say, I'll be in the club, I'm okay with it, instead of fight it?
Assad didn't have any choice. He was about to go the way of Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein.
That's right.
So
And he still may.
And he still may. But Russia stepped in and said, we've had enough of American hegemony, conspiring for regime change in areas of the world that don't concern you. So stay out of Syria.
Russia saved his tail.
Yes, Russia saved his tail. But at the same time, Putin did say, I don't really care if Assad survives or not. This is not about Assad. This is about the national interest of Russia and the Syrian people. And he wasn't going to see another domino fall in the Middle East or North Africa because of Western corporate hegemony. In other words, Goldman Sachs, Halliburton, Brown and Root, General Electric, he said that's enough.
Enough. And what's so strange, Craig, and we're almost at the top of the hour, we'll talk about it again next hour, it seems like every country we get involved in, it gets screwed up later on. I mean, Iraq is still out of control. Car bombings, all this, it never ends.
That's because there was never an effort to do anything in behalf of the Iraqi people.
Nothing.
Assad's people, the Syrians, the people of Libya. The people are never part of this. There's no democracy in anybody's head, okay?
Craig, stay with us. We'll come back. Final hour. Phone lines are open, and we'll continue.